So real quick, I got a couple downloads and some other things, right? Number one, my name when I was in Norfolk City Jail was Latasha, Latasha, Brionet, Brionet, missing a T, last name Anderson. My TRN number was 3030275. That just needs to be noted because I almost forgot and it's faded on this paper that I wrote it on, so I just don't want it to be, forgotten. So I'm going to put that in the chat or whatever. Secondly, I keep hearing R. Kelly. I keep hearing two songs. I keep hearing him and what's that boy name? Nick Cannon, Gigolo. And then I keep hearing him and Cassidy Hotel. So what I'm getting from that is that there's somebody operating a Gigolo energy, meeting people on the internet, men and women, and they're meeting people obviously in a hotel to do their work. They can't legitimately manifest or make any money other than using that ping, so that's what they do. But the problem is that their ping is infected. Okay, I literally seen it in a dream. I literally seen the infection leaking off of this person's penis, right? And I saw that last year when I was in jail. This person was probably unaware of it then, like in April of last year, but they are fucking all aware of it now and they're still selling it. Okay, they have the ads. Okay, so mind you, I'm cleaning up and I see this card. Now, all my tarot cards have stuff on the back of them because, when you're homeless, you got to do what you got to do. So I went to the store and I got these cards that you use for like games or whatever with people. And then I wrote on the other side. I didn't care nothing about what's on the back side of the card or the original side of the card because that wasn't what I was intended to use them for. But the back of this card says, if you could give your younger self one piece of information, what would it be? What I wrote on the other side was child abuse. Okay, so that made me go and get my decks and figure out what's going on. First card came out is Goldie, which is me. Next card that came out is R word, which is, unsolicited fornication, forcible fornication. The next letters that came out is DL. Now, I meant them to be down low, but it could mean something else, right? The next thing that came out is Cancer sign, which is peculiar after DL, right? Then the next thing that came out was death. The next thing that came out was divine feminine. The next thing that came out was KW, right? For Kiasi. The next thing that came out is cancer sick, right? As in cancer. You have cancer, right? The next thing that came out is ads, which is a form of cancer if you were unaware, right? The next thing that came out is Can't Get a Hill. The next thing that came out was Jay-Z. The next thing that came out is Dirty Fed. The next thing that came out is New Beginning 444, which is accompanying Jay-Z. And so all these cards came out together.